Hello friends, this is Shruti from PTE Tutorials Aussizz Group. Today I'm here to talk about a very important question, and the question is why our speaking score is less in PTE exam. When a person appears for the very first time for PTE exam, he or she feels that he is not scoring up to the mark. Reason is, aren't we prepared, or something else is there? Let's start with today's topic. I'll be explaining all the reasons that why we people get less score in speaking and what we people should do so that our speaking score will increase. First of all, let's understand over which two enabling skills our speaking score is judged. Oral fluency and pronunciation. These are two enabling skills over which the computer software, PTE software, awards us the score for speaking. These both enabling skills go parallel. It doesn't mean that if I'll be working only on oral fluency and forget about the pronunciation, I'll be getting good score in speaking. No. Even if you are still able to get 60 plus score in speaking after working only on oral fluency, not touching the pronunciation part, not working on pronunciation, I'll be able to get 60 score. But remember one thing, your listening and reading score, they will never up to the mark. They will never ever be up to the mark. Let's understand this thing thoroughly. I have shared a score report. Speaking is only 25, fluency is 10 and pronunciation is also 10. 10 in fluency and pronunciation means I have scored only 0 score. Reason being, the score report here, the bar starts from 10 marks only. So the overall computer, the software gave us only 25 in speaking. Again, the same report, same kind of report here. Speaking is 28, fluency is 10 and pronunciation is 16. These are the weird scores which not only makes us distracted, also demotivate us, these kind of scores. So still people don't think that where they have to work, and they just start preparing again without thinking over the main reasons that why I'm scoring this kind of score again and again. Now let's understand this thing in more detail. When we see these kind of scores, some questions come into our mind. The very first question is, I spoke into the microphone but still this score, why? What was the reason behind that? Second question, whether the PTE software recorded my audio clips or not. And the third question that comes into our mind, microphone position. We people tried to find whether the microphone position was okay or not. That's why I'm scoring so less score. And the answer for all these questions I'll be explaining in the very few minutes. First of all, I'm concentrating on the very first question. I have spoken to the microphone, but still the score, why? First of all, we need to understand this is not a manual exam like IELTS. This is a software who is going to check my score. So my speaking should be perfect because the software can detect a small errors. And when the softwares are developed, some settings are done inside the software. So here we need to understand what those settings are, and we have to work as per those software's settings. Only then I'll be getting good score. Not only the good score, rather I'll be getting the perfect score. Now let's understand what PTE software needs from us. As I just told, there may be some inbuilt settings upon which that software gives us the score, like frequency. Frequency means up to which range my voice, the sound of my voice should be followed. Second thing is pitch. How loud I should speak. Frequency and pitch, ultimately they both are the same things, but as per the software, I need to know the strategies that at how much volume, at how much loud I have to speak, or how much low I have to speak, or in between the passage. Let's move further. Now, I'll be describing what should be the correct way to speak in speaking paper. How should I speak? Don't speak too fast, because if I'll be speaking too fast, now see what will happen. All my words will stick to each other. If I'll be speaking a line, I'll be reading one line too fast, then my words will stick to each other. So what will happen? Definitely computer, that software will not be able to capture my words. If it will not be able to capture my words, then see what happens. Then the software will try to find our spoken words from its inbuilt set of words. It will get nothing to match. Definitely in that case, the software will not give me good score. The software will not give me a good score. So no score, no bar will be there. Pronunciation score will be only 10 or just more than 10. Now next, again, what should be the proper way to speak? Never speak too slow. Now see what will happen if I'll be speaking with low pitch. All my words will go away from each other. Now see what will happen again. Computer will not be able to capture my words. If I provide more space between the words, or I'll be stretching the sound of each word, again that software will not be able to capture my words. Again the pronunciation score will be 10 only or just more than that. No bar, no score, or only 10 score. And we get disappointed. We people feel that we spoke in our exam, but still the score. Why? There are we try to find some technical issues, whether the microphone was not working, system got hang, or some other things are there. See, reason is this. We are not understanding how that software measures our spoken words. Just once look over the way that how that software is going to work over my spoken words. Now let's understand this thing in more detail. I have made this diagram. Assume that this elliptical region is the region where all the PTE software words are there. Range is there. If my words are falling into this range, software is giving me the score. And that means this line is representing the 90, perfect 90 score. For example, my voice is having high pitch. So my words are lying in that upper region. Sounds are fluctuating there. Words are there only in that region, in the upper region. My words are not falling into the region where PTE software range is. How the software will give me the score then? For my pronounced words, if I spoke my words with low pitch, again, my spoken words are not falling into the region where it should be. So, for the regions where my words are having high pitch or they are having low pitch, for those I'll be getting the score for only 10 or 50, 40 score for pronunciation. It means again, less score. Less score means my words, my spoken words did not fall into that region. That region is the perfect region where my words would have been. But as my spoken words were having some other pitch, that's why I'm scoring low in speaking. Try to understand that how that PTE software works. So, how should I speak? Don't speak too loud and don't speak too low. Always follow the moderate pace. If I'll be following the moderate pace, some other things will also improve. See how. Here comes how to maintain the fluency. First of all, what I'll be doing? I'll be following the moderate pace. But some important points must be there. The first important point is don't fumble. Don't get stuck while you are speaking. Second important point, don't take long pauses. Even when you are shifting from one line to another, take a microsecond pause only. Third important thing, don't do or If I'll be doing these things in exam, what will happen? See, when I'll be fumbling, I'll be taking long pauses, I'll be doing in the exam. So, scanning is going on. When I'll be doing any of the thing from these three, definitely software is not going to take any word, whatever I'll be speaking. Again, as nothing will be there to match, score is 0. That's why when we are following the moderate pace, never do these three things when you are speaking. Why I'm saying these three things? We all are aware that in our exam, microphone will be off just after a pause of 3 seconds when our audios are being recorded. That's why it is important to look over not only the one thing, look over overall so that I'll be getting good score from all the sides. Next important thing is phobia for non-native speakers and what that phobia is. This is pronunciation, which is one of the enabling skills of PTE exam. Why this pronunciation has become a phobia for us? The very first thing that comes into our mind is mother tongue influence. Since our childhood, we people learn things from our surroundings. In the similar way, we learn the sounds of the words from our surroundings, but we never look into the facts, whether that how those words should be spoken. What would be the correct pronunciation of those words? One more important thing, we never listen to native speakers. If a passage is in front of me, we always try to speak in our way. We never even go to the dictionary and we will check. No, we will not check. We will keep on pronouncing the words wrong, but we never check. This is our mistake, a bigger mistake. As we all are not aware of the sounds, the correct sounds of English language words. That's why pronunciation has become a phobia for now. So, what should non-native speakers do? Because at last we have to clear our PTE exam. So of course we have to do something for our pronunciation to improve our pronunciation score. Number 1, always make sure sound of one word should not carry forward onto the sound of the next word. If this will happen, then the sounds of the words, two words, they will come closer. So again, I will not be getting the score of those two words. I'll be taking one example here. See, road racing is the most popular professional form of bicycle racing. If I'll be speaking this line a bit faster, road racing is the most popular professional form of bicycle racing. Now what has happened? My words, they came closer, sounds mix matched. In that way, software is not going to detect a single word. That's why sound of one word should not carry forward onto the sound of next word, and this happens when we speak faster. That's why in the previous slides I told that never speak too fast. Always follow the moderate pace so that software, it becomes easy for that software to capture my spoken words. Only then it will give me the score. Now see, road racing is the most popular professional form of bicycle racing. I followed the moderate pace. All words, all sounds are clear. To make the sounds clear, another thing which will be helpful for us. Open your mouth properly. If I'll be not doing this, definitely my words, the sounds of my spoken words will come closer. In that case, again, the score will be down. What else non-native speakers should do? Do not chew the mid and ending sound of each word. This generally we people do when we are speaking faster. Again, to avoid this thing, open your mouth properly so that there will be a proper required space between the sounds of each word that we are going to pronounce. And understand how English words are pronounced. For this, try to listen to the native speakers. Only then it will be a big help for us. Now, how to pronounce the words correctly? Am I supposed to check the pronunciation of each and every word of English language? The very next question, this one, that will come into our mind. Now, if I'm going to read one passage for read aloud, whether the teacher demands from me that check the pronunciation of each and every word, only then, after working on the pronunciation of each and every word, I have to speak that read aloud, then it is a big problem. How can I memorize all the sounds? It is next to impossible thing. Again a problem as I'm already running short of time. Don't have enough time to practice. So what to do? Let's do one activity to understand the sounds of English words. I have taken the examples of vowel sounds, and vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Make a list of words which are having following letters. The first letter that I have chosen is A. The words will be apple, mad, land, travel, dance. Now check what kind of sound that A is producing here. And the sound is A, apple. And check how much mouth you are opening to pronounce these letters, these words when the letter A is there. Apple, A. Mad, A sound is there. Land, A sound is there. Next example is AU. The words will be auto, auction, author, haunt, cause. Now look, when I'll be pronouncing these words which are having AU letters, then the sound will be like ah. Notice that your lower jaw will be replaced. Notice one thing, when you are pronouncing these words which are having these letters AU, when the correct sound you are pronouncing, you are producing the correct sound, your lower jaw, it will be moved from its place. Like auto, auction, checking how the movement of your lips, your jaws, your tongue is there. Next is AI. The words will be aid, made, air, airplane, wait. When I'll be pronouncing AI, I have to stretch a little bit. I have to stretch the sound a little bit. Like aid, made. Next word. Next letter is O. Words will be or, ox, open, office, offer. Just check how much you're opening your mouth to pronounce the letter O. Next letters are OU. Loud, shout, sprout, cloud. So, whenever you have OU letters in a word, the sound must be ow, loud, shout, sprout, cloud. In this way, we can work on our sounds. We can make our own list of some words to understand the vowel sounds. But remember, in English, these rules are not always followed. So, for that, be conscious. Always check the pronunciation of the doubtful word. One more activity is there. This is not the activity basically. This is just the recalling of the words that we usually pronounce wrong. Some words are not as pronounced in English language as we see the arrangement of letters or sounds. I have jotted down some of the words which are mispronounced by us. The very first letter is H. We people pronounce it as H. This is not H, this is H. Next word is, this is genre, not genre. This is not tour, this is tour. This is not data, this is data. It is not entrepreneur, rather it is entrepreneur. The sound is O, entrepreneur. This is not coupon, this is coupon. This is not dengue or dengue, rather it is dengue. Sound is gi. This is not bury, this is bury, like water burial. This is not video, this is video. This is not breakfast, rather it is breakfast. This is not pizza, this is pizza. A little bit T sound is there. I have taken one more example. You can see at the below. The word is schizophrenia. This is basically a disorder. The people who are suffering with hallucinations, they are suffering with schizophrenia, name of the disease, disorder basically. Schizophrenia. Again, a little bit of T sound is there. This is not Wednesday, this is Wednesday. This is not asthma, this is asthma. Now see, why I have taken these words and I have shown these words to you. These are just the examples that I have taken. Why it is important to know the sounds, to know the pronunciation of some important words. Reason is, it is not only the speaking module where the audios will be played, even in listening also. Listening module, there we all have to listen to the audios. And in that case, in summarize spoken text, in write from dictation, in listening fill in the blanks. Definitely, if I'm not able to catch the exact sound of the word, what the speaker said in the audio, definitely I'm writing down the word incorrect. That's why my score will be down. That's why I'm putting the force that work on pronunciation. It is important because pronunciation is not only going to help you to get good score in speaking, rather it will be helpful to get the good score in reading and listening. See, I have taken one example here. I'm just elaborating what I said. A person got Fluency 90, pronunciation was 58, and speaking is 85. When I get this kind of score, I'll be thinking, okay, I'm fine with my speaking. There is no problem in my speaking score. I have to work on the other modules. But remember one thing, when pronunciation is low, it is 58. Definitely, two modules will be suffered. One is reading, other one is listening. See, this is what I have written here. My reading and listening score will be down. In my speaking module, the very first task is read aloud. And there I get 6 to 7 passages to read aloud. In this task of read aloud, I'll be also getting the score for reading. And how I'll be getting it? The number of correct pronounced words equal to good score in reading. That's why I'm keep on saying work on pronunciation. When we see our scorecard and there is less score in reading, what we people do? We always think work on reading blanks, reading blanks. Remember one thing, our reading paper, PTE reading paper is entirely of 40 to 50 marks. That's it. The other portion of scores will be counted from rest of the tasks. And one task is read aloud. And as there are 6 to 7 read alouds in our paper, that's why it becomes important to work on read alouds, to work on your pronunciation. In the similar way, repeat sentences and retell lecture. There I'll be getting the score for listening also. And how it is being done? Answer is, again, the number of correct pronounced words in retell lecture and in repeat sentences equal to good score in listening. That is why it becomes very important to work on pronunciation, to understand the sounds of English language words. Now, coming to the end, when my main focus is 19 speaking, it doesn't mean that I only have to score 19 speaking. My entire aim should be how other module scores will be increasing. And the answer is work on pitch, pace, pronunciation, and fluency. And the rule for that is 3PF. Work on this rule. Definitely you will be getting good score in speaking, reading, and listening. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all liked it.